Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're plunging into something really vital for getting by these days. Critical thinking. Our sources, they're pretty clear. It's more than just being smart, right? It's about actively, taking things apart, understanding, evaluating info.
Yeah, exactly. To make solid judgments, make good decisions.
Right.
And for you listening, the goal here in this deep dive is really to get a handle on this whole process. It's got multiple facets.
Okay.
It's what helps you engage with information, with challenges, logically, reflectively, effectively, really.
But we're to unpack that.
We are, step by step. Think of it like getting a mental toolkit to cut through all the noise out there.
Okay, let's do it. So this journey, where does it start? I guess the first sort of foundational stage is really about rigorous understanding and analysis.
Right.
It's not just soaking things up passively, is it? More like being a detective with, every bit of information that comes your way.
Yeah. That's a really key distinction, actually. This first stage, it demands you carefully identify information, classify it.
How so?
Well, our sources stress differentiating, between what you see directly in observation and what you figure out from that, and inference. Or just someone's opinion.
Ah, okay, like the classic example.
Exactly. The sky is blue, that's an observation. But the sky is beautiful, that's opinion, subjective.
And a critical thinker spots that difference.
Instantly, yeah. And it's also about seeing the patterns underneath, even when things look, disconnected. What's really interesting is how often we skip this. We jump straight to conclusions without really getting the nuances.
So this stage is about pausing.
Asking. What am I really looking at here? What are the assumptions? What's not being said?
Got it. So, okay, once you've done that hard work, understanding, analyzing what's next, evaluating ideas, argument.
Precisely. That's the natural next step.
And this isn't just about understanding anymore. It's discernment, sorting the good stuff from the fluff.
Exactly right. The focus totally shifts. Now it's about assessment, a discerning one.
How does that work?
Well, first, you kind of zoom in. You scrutinize the individual points. Are they valid, relevant, accurate?
Checking the details.
Yeah, this close-up look. Then you zoom out and evaluate the whole argument. Does it actually hang together logically?
Does the evidence really prove the point?
That's the core question. And critical thinkers always ask, is there enough evidence? Is it strong evidence?
Like building a bridge, you said. Or like the sources implied.
Kind of like that, yeah. If the pieces don't fit, if the supports aren't strong enough, the whole thing just collapses.
Yeah.
So the goal here is to really weigh everything carefully, meticulously, before you land on a conclusion that can actually stand up if someone pushes back.
Moving beyond just, I agree or I disagree.
Definitely. To understanding why you agree or disagree. That's the key.
Okay, so understanding, then evaluating. And finally, it all comes together in, actually using it, right? Solving problems, making decisions.
Yes, this is where the rubber meets the road, where all that analysis pays off.
Turning data dump into something useful, actionable insights.
But that raises a big question, doesn't it? How do you actually do that? Bring it all together effectively?
Yeah.
It means first, clearly identifying the problem, really understanding it. Sometimes you might even reframe it based on what you learned during the analysis.
Okay.
Then you diligently gather and organize the information, but only the pertinent stuff. You have to know what to ignore too.
Filter out the noise again?
Exactly. And once you have that comprehensive picture, then you can properly evaluate the different options, the recommendations, weigh the pros and cons based on solid evidence.
Leading to a decision you can stand by.
A well-considered one. It helps you move past just, analysis paralysis into making a confident, informed choice.
So let's wrap this up. What does this all mean for you, our listener? We've walked through these stages, understanding, analyzing.
Evaluating ideas.
Right? Evaluating and then finally applying it. Solving problems, making decisions. It really is a skill, isn't it? Transforms raw info into, wisdom you can use. A filter for this crazy information age.
Absolutely. And if we zoom out again, look at the bigger picture. Critical thinking demands you justify your decisions. You need clear reasoning. And crucially, you have to evaluate how effective your solutions actually were after you implemented them.
Ah, the feedback loop.
Yes. That fosters constant improvement, learning. It helps you navigate challenges, drive progress. in everything, really. Personal life, work life, all of it.
Okay, so for your final provocative thought today, think about how often you consciously use these steps in your daily life or your interactions.
Yeah, from tiny choices to those really big challenges.
How could understanding these stages, really knowing them, help you sharpen your own thinking, make you a more effective thinker, a better decision maker, in a world that just keeps throwing stuff at you?